From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. Millions of people across North America will be looking to the skies today to witness a rare total solar eclipse. South of the border, 15 U.S. states are in the path of totality from Texas to Maine, and people have traveled from across the country and beyond, hoping for a great view as the moon lines up perfectly between the Earth and the Sun. Here's reporter Andrew Dimbert.
A total solar eclipse sweeping across the United States today, the last in the U.S. until 2044. And millions are flocking to cities along the path of totality.
It's pretty wild. We have friends that are coming to meet us here from New Jersey.
The FAA issuing a travel warning through Wednesday as airports try to keep up with eclipse tourists and spring breakers returning home. Train stations are packed, New York's Penn Station even giving out safety glasses. And there has been bumper-to-bumper traffic on roads leading to cities experiencing the total eclipse.
It'll take just a little over an hour and 40 minutes for the moon's shadow to race more than 6,500 kilometers across the continent. Meantime, economists are looking past this week's interest rate decision coming from the Bank of Canada before declaring a rebound for the national housing market. Robert Hogue, RBC's assistant chief economist, says it is likely that a gradual rebound will occur later this year after the central bank's first reduction. The central bank is expected to hold its key rate steady for the sixth straight time this Wednesday. Canada's defense minister is set to release the long-awaited update to the country's defense policy. Bill Blair will make the announcement from Trenton, Ontario. The policy has been in the works since shortly after Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine back in February 2022. It replaces the current policy, Strong, Secure, and Engaged, which came out in 2017 and sets out the military's priorities for 20 years. Blair has said that the plan will be aimed at giving Canada's defense industry the stability and predictability it needs to plan for the future. The civil war in Sudan will reach 1 year next week, but not a single person has arrived through Canada's program to bring relatives of Canadians to safety. The Sudanese Canadian Communities Association is urging Ottawa to do more to get relatives out of the conflict zone and to help stop the conflict itself. Immigration Minister Mark Miller says he's open to modifying the program, but doesn't expect Sudanese relatives to arrive in Canada for months.
We are looking to welcome Sudanese people fleeing war at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, but it is still something that we need to follow.
The United Nations says Sudan is on the brink of famine, and at least 8.5 million people have been forced from their homes. And the weekend box office was again ruled over by two kings, King Kong and his unlikely partner Godzilla, the King of Monsters. Their new movie, Godzilla Kong, The New Empire, brought in $31.7 million for top spot for the second week in a row. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Emmanuel Quickley had a double-double as the Toronto Raptors dunked the visiting Washington Wizards 130-122 on Sunday, Quickley finishing with a season-high 31 points as Toronto won back-to-back games. R.J. Barrett of Mississauga, Ontario scored 22 points, and Kelly Olynyk of Kamloops, BC added 21 points for the Raptors. Denny Avdia had 32 points for the Wizards. Over in the major leagues, it was the Yankees beating the Toronto Blue Jays easily 8-3. Onto the ice now, where a couple of Canadian teams saw action in the NHL. Ottawa earning a 3-2 overtime win over Washington, while the New York Rangers beat Montreal 5-2. Still on the ice at the Women's World Hockey Championship in Utica, New York, Canada earned a 5-0 victory over Czechia. Kristen O'Neill scoring twice and adding an assist for the win. Canada improved to 3-0 and will play the defending champions, United States, on Monday. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.